KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, after a good soaking, nice and cool air moving in pretty much on schedule. Got a nice couple of days ahead. We'll be watching a tropical system or a semi-tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico, but no major impacts in Acadiana other than tides coming up along the coast. All the rain impacts and wind impacts will be offshore and well to the east of us. So let's take a look at the big picture, the radar satellite composite. You got an 18-hour loop going here, and we got another good soaking with rain and storms late last night, early this morning, another couple of inches of rain. So all in all, most areas have picked up 3, 4, 5 inches of rain, if not a little bit more, thanks to a little bit more active pattern. We certainly needed the rain as we were starting to edge into that drought category. Well, the rain certainly welcomed across the area. Now we have a dry couple of days ahead. Not much significant rain again until we head into Monday. That's when we're going to see our next front. So as we look at the upper level pattern, we have this upper level low here back to the west. That's going to keep clouds across the area. High pressure down by northwestern Cuba, the Straits of Florida, and the two are combining to funnel tropical moisture northward from the Pacific and Central America, and also a little bit of a weak area of low pressure that is developing down in the Bay of Campeche, the extreme southwestern part of the Gulf of Mexico, producing heavy rainfall close to the coast, most of it offshore. National Hurricane Center gives this roughly about a 50% chance of developing as we go down the line, and that number may go up for the reading that we're going to get, the update from the NHC that comes in at 7 o'clock tonight. But the bottom line, if something were to develop, it could be a tropical or a subtropical cyclone. That means if it's tropical, it's deriving all its energy from the water. If it's subtropical, it's getting some of its energy from the upper level winds and other factors. So we might see a potential tropical cyclone update coming down the line, or potential tropical cyclone depression or tropical storm. If so, we get a storm name. It will be Nestor. And if you look at the latest European model, the model is going for a pretty good area of low pressure developing. So this could become Nestor down the line. Again, most of the rain and wind stay offshore. Some clip southeast Louisiana as we head into late Friday night, early Saturday morning, but all the heavy rains go over toward Alabama and the Florida Panhandle, maybe Mississippi as well. And then relatively quiet weather this weekend until a front gets here on Monday, and then nice cool air coming in thereafter, and that next cool front's going to have some staying power and even another front in the 10-day forecast. As for rainfall, and we're including the frontal boundary rainfall here in Louisiana, but the bulk of the heavier rains, 3 to 5, possibly more, over toward portions of Alabama, Florida Panhandle, and in areas that are in drought across the southeast. So some much needed rain on the way. As for winds, these are going to be the main impacts offshore. Not hard to find the center of this system. Winds gusting 45 to 50 miles an hour, especially in those elevated platforms. So tropical storm conditions certainly possible in the Gulf of Mexico. And with these winds, we're going to see tides coming up along the coast a couple of feet. No advisories right now, but I would bet we'll have a tide advisory as we go into Friday night, and then into Saturday, that system making landfall, and you can see those higher winds and a little bit of a storm surge toward the Florida Panhandle of a couple of feet. Tides, by the way, will be higher eastern Louisiana with this system, and then you see the effects of that next front coming in as we head into Monday. Southwest winds and then northwest winds, keeping it pretty active in the Gulf of Mexico next several days. So clouds sticking around tonight through tomorrow. Again, we'll see maybe some dull sunshine from time to time, but it stays cool with temperatures barely reaching 70. As we head into Friday, maybe a few sprinkles, all ahead of that system out in the Gulf of Mexico, and the NAM model actually further east with that area of low pressure, but mainly impacting extreme southeast Louisiana and areas off to the east. Meanwhile, for us, nice and mild as we head into Friday evening. Temperature-wise tonight, this is the good stuff, getting into the upper 40s, northern parishes of Acadiana, low to mid-50s, I-10 corridor, and down along the coast as well. We'll go 53 for the low in Lafayette, 70 the high tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies. Few showers possible Friday, Saturday, but overall looking pretty good for the Rice Festival. Getting downright warm Sunday ahead of that next front that brings a good chance of rain and storms, maybe even a slight severe weather risk on Monday. We'll have to watch that. And temperatures behind the next front a little bit cooler, and then another front Friday, and the temperatures behind that front even cooler.
Very nice, Rob.
So there you go.
Well done, sir.
Right there. Thank you, sir.
We're working on it.
Still